stability. And 10% of the money will go to startup businesses. We want to analyze all of these. Is this actually right? Is there any different way the CBN should actually spend the money? That's our topic this morning. We have in the studio joining us, President of Abeokuta Chambers of Commerce, Industries and Mines and Agriculture, Abeosima, Sir Jare Oyesola. It's the night of John Wesley. Good morning, Sir Oyesola.
Good morning, viewers.
Good to see you. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Now, 220 billion naira from the central bank to, micro, small, and medium enterprises in the country. First and foremost, is that enough, or it's a good starting point?
It's a good starting point, and people have not even assessed the fund. The fund have been there, and they have not assessed it. So we cannot say it's not enough. If it has been fully assessed, then we could say it's not enough. But definitely, it's a good starting point, and the method of assessing have been reviewed from time to time to make it accessible. But what I want our viewers to know is that this fund is different from political fund. It's not the Owo Dapo, Owo Nosiru, Owo Amosu, where people sit at home and they give them stipend, and all they expected of them is to go and vote. This is money for serious people who are entrepreneurs, who want to do business. So when you are going there to assess the money, you will be going that you want to assess the money. But the people that you are going to meet are going to say, how are you going to pay the money? So when you are going, you don't just go with the mindset of assessing fund. You go with the mindset of the interviewer who will ask, how are you paying back the money?
Now you said it has been there for quite some time.
Yes,
and then people
2013 thereabouts. People have not have access to it. Maybe, I think the major difference I want people to know is that this is money for business people. Are people really ready for business? Are people ready to meet? There's so much need in Nigeria that practically everybody could be employed if we are ready to meet one need or the other. So, but to meet the needs, the considerations have been specified, and they are simple enough. You must be a Nigerian, be above 18 years old, and you could access up to 500,000 as an individual, up to 50 million as a small and medium enterprises, and up to 10 million without collateral. One would say this is fair enough. But unfortunately in Nigeria, the concept of business school and entrepreneur development institution is not common. What we have in Ogun State is Smith and Riley, which is a government agency that teaches people business. To access that fund, you must have a certificate that you have attended an entrepreneurship development fund. And that is essential in that it is during that training that you will be taught how to write visibility study, that you will be taught the conditions of the loan and how to meet the conditions of the loan. Abeokuta Chamber of Commerce trained about 60 people last year. Already we have trained 12 people this month. And by the time people come, some of them will see that they don't even need the loan. Some of them will see that they cannot meet the conditions of the loan. And they work towards it, and they might get it at a later date. And the conditions are, yes, I said age. It means within a family in Nigeria, a family, husband, wife, and 2 or 3 children that are already graduates that are unemployed, the government is giving access to nearly 50 million. But do people really know about it? Do they know how to access it?
Now, since 2013, the loan has been there. And we all know how important the small and medium enterprises, how important they are to the economy of a nation. We have them, and then quite a number of times they come complaining that government is not assisting, no support, things are hard, and the rest of them. And yet this loan is there. What is really responsible? And then your submission when you started, you said people are not just accessing it. Why are people not accessing this loan? You know.
Okay.
Is it that it's not necessary? It's not needed?
Let's look at other climes. Let's look at Germany. In Germany, every registered business must be a member of the Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture. That is, you must be traceable by other businessmen. That removes 419. That removes some things. Here, they make it, it's not compulsory for you to be a member of business. But for you to access that loan, you must have got an entrepreneurship development, you must have attended a course in an enterprise development institution, and you must be a member of the private sector, which is Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, and different bodies that are organized private sector. Are people ready to do this? A lot of people think it's free money. It's fund, yes, but it's not free money. It's available as a loan. It's available even as a grant. So the people that are assessing the grants are those who want to train others, because a percentage of it is for grants. A percentage like was introduced is for people with special needs. But all these people, yes, they must be trained before you can even, for you to apply. You must have been trained. You must have, if you want to apply as an individual, you can, but that limits you to maybe some 500,000 unless you are having collateral. You must have a registered company. That is, you must be recognized in law to be a business organization.
Now, some people will say these are, kind of stringent, really, because this has not taken into consideration our own peculiarities. Do we have such laws in place in order for us to start a business?
Yes. It has taken into consideration our own peculiarities. We in the Chamber of Commerce are fourth government, and before, only one person cannot form a company. But the law has been reviewed. Only one person can now form a company. So what stops you? You must be traceable. That's the way it's put. Are you traceable? For you to be traceable, when you register a company with corporate affairs, you have a BVN, you have a TIN number, tax identification number. So those are the things that will make you access loans without collateral, as different from things. When people hear loans without collateral, yes, it appears, oh, they want to make it easy. But you must meet those conditions. And even the federal government reviewed downwards the cost of, of registering a company to as low as 15,000 naira.
That's huge to some people.
Oh, definitely, it's not huge to anybody that wants to access 500,000. If you don't have 15,000, you don't need to talk of accessing 500,000. Then go and take the 100,000 presidential thing that the politicians are distributing about.
But getting that to one has to either be a politician or you have the option of going the politician way or going the businessman way.
You have to be a member of a ward.
That's distributed by ward, by patronage. But this one you can apply, and like I said, the conditions are not stringent. I believe anybody that can pass school SAT or have taken school SAT and that means you are fit to be president of Nigeria.
So let's look at some of the guidelines ruled out by the CBN.
Yes.
60% of the money they said will go to women entrepreneurs.
Yes.
How validly strong is this?
You see, experience have proved that women pay back loan more than men.
Why?
No, statistics. Women access loans and pay back more than men. Maybe men use it to sponsor women. But the banking sector says that women pay back loan more than men. Women guide themselves. Like the loan given to the Adiremikas in Ogun State. The women paid back. They paid back loans more than men. That's one. The two is that a loan and a business startup by a woman guarantees much more for the economy, in that a woman will see that her children eat, and so they need it. So our women are really very versatile, even in agriculture and in all the agricultural value chain, because it's not enough for you to produce corn, but to turn corn to pap is a woman affair. And the loan is not only for production, it's for processing, it's for storage, it's for logistics. A lot of these are taken care of women. If you plant vegetables, who are the people taking the vegetables to Lagos? Women, Alajapa we call them, but they make quite some money, and they don't need too much capital. Those are the kind of people that need less than 100,000. And they are, you know, even when we are talking 500,000, that's the maximum you can take. You don't have to take all. You do a visibility study and see how much you need. If you are an artisan and you want to start your business, that loan is for artisans too. How much do you need to set up a tailoring outfit? A lot of guys, without more than the secondary school living certificate, have tailoring outfits that are making millions in this town.
I was actually thinking it's because of the population, you know, over the years, the population of women, has always been exceeding that of men in the country. I was thinking that's what's in the mind of the CBN for them to have actually come up with this guideline. Yeah, yes, they have a greater population. They are more industrious. The first president we produced that got to the national level in Abeokuta Chamber of Commerce was a woman, Iyalode Alabalosi. And she started just around 1976. We see the run. A lot of private schools in town are owned by women. So when it comes to business, and we know of renowned Iyalode Tinubu, we know of the Iyalode of Egbateju Osho, the foam merchant. If we are talking of reputation in business, we have quite a lot of women, and they make good use. Maybe more of economic responsibilities are on men, and that's why men cannot actually handle, they can be very, very, very economical with funds. They can be. It's a matter of choice. It's a matter of choice, because business money is different from private money. A lot of people, when you go to a business school, you'll be taught that the business money is business money. If you will be taking salary, or you'll be taking a stipend from your business monthly, then that's what is allocated to you. And that's for the work you are doing, and it's part of the cost of labor. So if everything, and that's what you'll be taught when you are on how to write visibility study and how to package your loan. This loan is such that federal government have made it that they are ready to take 75% of the loan you are applying for you to buy equipment. So if you are an artisan and you want to buy equipment to start your business or your own studio, you can take a loan, 75% of the fund to equipment, and they will use that equipment to collateral your loan. Then they will give you only 25%. So what they are requesting is that you must have
a place where you want to do the business. It must be known. It must be traceable. You must have, you cannot join any business organization, chamber of commerce or whatever it is, without having two people introducing you. You cannot start a business without having been trained by somebody. I hope you are getting it. These are facts. You know, so if you went to learn mechanic and you did not graduate and you did not, freedom was not done for you, then you are not qualified for the loan because you are not a responsible person.
Okay, let us look at when we talk about loan, something is also always something always follows, and that is interests.
Yes.
Now we are going to talk about the interest, you know, for this particular loan, and then how long really these people who apply for the loan will be able to pay up, you know, the money borrowed and the interest. But before we look at that, there is always this belief that is preached by motivational speakers. Really. I'm asking you this because you are a businessman and then you are also in the chambers of commerce. They say that it is not always good to take loans particularly when one is starting one's business. That it is not good. They preach against it. People should not. When you are starting your business, you should not take loans. You should either get money from your relatives to start your business. If you can only use loan to grow your business, don't use loans to start your business. What's your thoughts really on this issue?
From what you have said, I don't see anything against loans. You said you could take loans from
to grow.
No, you said you could take loans from your friends, from your father.
Not loans. You could take money.
Money.
Yes, gather money.
Other people's money.
Other people, yes.
Yeah.
Your relatives, not money that you
but
actually made
for
this, to pay back.
For this fund,
okay,
federal government is paying the role of your relative.
So what you are invariably saying is that you can take loans to start business.
This one is not saying that you will start business only with loans. It's saying that you want to start a workshop, for example, you will have enough money to rent your workshop. You will have enough money, then you can come and collect money for equipment for us. And 75% of the money we are giving you will be for equipment. Then we give you only 25% for other things. And the condition is that you must have a place. So, yes, if the motivational speakers are saying that, it will be good for some people. Even if you going to be an apprentice somewhere, you cannot start the next day. You must be an apprentice, get enough money for you to get a shop, get enough money for you to do some basic things. Then you can now come for this loan. The motivational speakers are motivating you, and when you see most of the motivational speakers that you talk about, they are in these big time churches where the children of the rich are there, where they can get money
from their
parents to start their business. But I can tell you, for you to even get money from your parents must believe in you. I once started a program in our church, and I said, okay, let's gather ourselves, let's give loan to our children to start business. They said, who? This one that want to pay me. I will give you. So, it's just like that. Even the motivational speakers, what the parents, the family, they are saying should support you, you will have shown a certain degree of responsibility before you can access their money. Because if they work for the money, then there must be rules. There must be ground rules.
Now let us look at the interest.
The interest. The interest I think central bank itself is charging the people who are going to give the fund only 3%, and they have given various margins, and they said the maximum must be 9%. 9% as different from when we were having 30-something%. And in this post-COVID, they even reduced the interest especially for COVID time. But let's look at the 9%. What's 9%? It's 1% monthly. Less than 1% monthly, because there are 12 months in a year. So in the COVID year, where 3 months have been lost, you could still make 1% monthly. And that is the interest. And what is the interest about? There will also be a period where you will not be paying back the loan before you start paying the loan, in which maybe at best what you'll be paying is interest. And during that period, your business should have developed. Such that gradually you'll be able to start the repayment. That is the purpose of the visibility study. That is what you are going to convincingly tell the person who is going to issue you the loan. So the question is not as if you are getting money, you just walk in, they give you money, and you go. No. The person who is going to give the money is going to ask the question, how are you paying back? And once you know how you are paying back, then you are qualified for the loan. Then the loan, the loan will be disbursed. And to even help you further, there is business support organizations. They could introduce you to those who will supply you your equipment if you don't even know, but that's not compulsory. They will also introduce you. They could introduce you to people who could write visibility study for you. They could introduce you to people who will give you other logistics support, like who could supply you raw materials on credit and things like that. That's why you have to be in a organization like the Chamber of Commerce. They will introduce you to people who will, factor your tax for you. But if you are in the Chamber of Commerce, then you have various people who could support you. That is the essence of they are saying that you should be in that type of private sector organization. So you could get a tax consultant, you could get an accountant to do visibility study, you could get all of them, and because you are in the same organization, you might get it at a better rate than
what does it take to be a part of the Chambers of Commerce? Before you answer that question, quickly talk about the time frame for the repayment of these loans.
Yeah, they give you 6 months. It varies, really, depending on what you are asking for.
Okay.
Yeah, but the basic thing is about 6 months moratorium, and you pay back in 18 months. That's the one without collateral. The ones with collateral could be as, up to 5 years. And it depends on what you want to do. What they will ask for somebody who is planting corn is different from somebody that is planting cocoa or somebody that is planting cashew, which a cashew will not be, nothing will be harvested in the first 3 years. So they can't say you should bring anything. So it will be only interest payment. And that interest payment you can get from planting cassava within your cashew plantation.
So let me quickly take you back to the guidelines. 10% for startup businesses. You don't think that's very low?
10% for startup businesses. 10% for startup businesses is just taking a risk. A good percentage of startup businesses don't reach the 3rd year. So they are minimizing their risk.
The businesses don't last. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, a lot of businesses fail when they are just startups.
Okay.
What they need is venture capital. Like he said, it's a venture capital that we just believe in you. So if you are taking a loan, that's why it is structured that only 10% of it. So that if people will fail, most of the people that will fail will be those startup businesses. that don't last up to 3 years because there's still a learning curve. They are still learning how to manage.
So who bears the financial risk of that? If the businesses fail, who bears it?
If there is no collateral, it means central bank is bearing it. That's why they limit the percentage to just 10%. So the 10% that could fail, they could make their money from the 9% interest rate that those who will make it will pay. And the fund can then be revolving so that the central bank does not have to be putting money every time.
Now, is it a myth? Sorry, Dominic, is it a myth? Is there a myth that surrounds this loan? Is that the reason why people have not been accessing the loans over the years? Is there a myth around it, or people just lack information?
Well, people lack information, but like I say, there's a Yoruba adage that say, "Osha peni ake, o ta fasi the gods." People. I think the bad part that politicians did for us is giving people money for free and making people think they can just sit at home and get money. If you want to get something, you must work for it. You must know the conditions you must meet, and you must be ready to meet it. And that's what makes you a business person. Business people use other people's money. No one has all the money. Even the Dangotes told us of how his uncle gave him some money. And a lot of people, like myself, I worked for 15 years in government, saving and trying to set up my business. It's only after 15 years in government that I was able to live and really be the businessman I wanted to be. So you work towards it. At that time, what I got was an agric loan too. And all I provided was the house. It was from the loan that I bought cages, that I bought the birds, that I fed them till break-even point and to profit.
What about the system? I mean, can you please just share your experience with us? When was that? Because you have to look at the dynamics of systems too. The systems of Nigeria in the 80s, in the 90s, maybe permitted all of that. Maybe not in the 2000s, you know.
I think the problem is not with the system. The system permitted it. The system is still making it easier. Not even, in my own time, we had to write visibility study. But for this loan now, you can go on internet, and on internet, the visibility study will be prepared for you just by paying NISAL 5,000 naira. So the system is making it easier. But people don't want to go. People are used to seeing some people make money easily. In our own climes, I think the encouragement is that the businessmen are making it. It's not somebody, Mr. X, who was a politician, who now became rich overnight. So you know you must work to make money. I think it's not the system, it's the culture that is changing. We don't have the 419, we don't have the Yahoo boys, we don't have the politicians that became rich overnight. So everybody knows so everybody knows you have to work hard. And that is the culture we must take our people back to. That we must take our children back to. That all these ones are short-lived. We have seen so many politicians appear to make so much money. They put air conditioned in their houses. At the end of the day, once they fail once, twice, and they don't get back to politics, they start selling the air conditioners in their houses because they don't know how to make money. So people must really see, and I think you have a role to play too, to see that, you see, people don't just get rich overnight. It's something that grows gradually. And you see somebody now who have just graduated and wants to be riding a Mercedes. Then say, how does he make it? It's Yahoo Yahoo. how. But you see the gradual businessman that have been a household name, that is just, relatively comfortable. You see that he has also made it. It can be over 9 years, it can be over 10 years, but he has made it, and he has no tug surrounding him. He has even, you might not even have a night watchman. People who see you work hard to make money really attack you.
Now, when you were talking about the interest earlier on, you said you talked about 3% and 9%. That may actually suggest that the CBN is not giving the money directly to the individuals.
No.
Okay.
CBN is giving the money to Bank of Agriculture, Bank of Industry, to even some banks. CBN is right to give the money to cooperatives, and I think that's one thing as in this state. We have viral cooperatives, and they have not been accessing the loan. And I think that's another area we need education. The cooperative could access it. Finance houses, those are the own lenders. And they are own lenders such that they can supervise, the giving out of the fund. And that is going to cost them money. And that's why between the 3% that government is giving them the loan and the 9% they are giving it out, they are to make their own funds from it.
Now, let us also look at, joining I asked joining
the
Chambers of Commerce. I mean, you said it will go a long way to give business individuals.
The main prerequisite for you to join the Chamber of Commerce is to be registered by CAC. Once you have registered, even if you are registered as an enterprise, you can join the Chamber of Commerce. If you're a limited liability company, you can join the Chamber of Commerce. If you're a PLC, you can join the Chamber of Commerce. What it gives you is that you are traceable. Then you need 2 people to introduce you. Those 2 people are the people the Chamber of Commerce takes as your guarantors. Then you now start your activity within the chamber, and you start benefiting from the kind of training we organize to see that people get loans. But occasionally, you will see that people don't really need loans. We train 60 people, and out of the 60, about 10 access the loan. But a greater percentage saw that they did not need the loan. Because if you are thinking you are getting a loan to do something, let's say you want to start an industry, and you come into the Chamber of Commerce, and you now meet somebody who is ready to be supplying you that good on credit, then you don't need the loan. If you're a processor of palm kernel, for example, now, and you meet somebody in the Chamber of Commerce that is storing, his own business is storing palm kernel, and you can discuss with him, and he agrees to give you some of the palm kernel in his store on credit, and you pay after processing it, then you don't need the loan. If you are selling, small, and you meet a wholesaler in the Chamber of Commerce, and the wholesaler thinks, okay, you're a member of this organization, I'm a member, who introduced you, Mr. This and this, okay, maybe I could give you 10 crates of Coke on credit every week. You come and pay me back. You don't need the loan you think you are lending before.
Those are some of the added advantages.
Yeah, those are the advantages. And you are in the Chamber of Commerce, you are producing palm kernel oil. Another member of the Chamber of Commerce is having a refinery. So it means, and he says, oh, just bring your something, I'll pay you in 2 days.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're having in the studio Sir Jare Oyeshola, Knight of John Wesley. He's the president of Abeosima, and we'll be looking at the CBN's 220 billion naira micro, small and medium enterprises development fund. And we've also discussed some of the guidelines the CBN has given out in terms of the spread of the loan. We will take your calls, a few calls, like 4 or 5, probably you want some clarifications on issues, around this particular topic. Sir Oyeshola is still very much with us. Now, let's quickly look at the business climate in Nigeria. Maybe that's one of the reasons why people don't really want to venture into politics. Sometimes too, venture into businesses. Sometimes too, you also look at some things. I think sometime like a month or two ago, there was a report that came from one of the northern states where the wife of the governor of the state, or I think one of the public office holders, distributed bags of sachet water to some women, as empowerment. Is that empowering or disempowering?
You see, empowerment is from different perspective. If in your local government, what you have are alumongeries that are not doing any work, and you see all these girls, instead of just staying, staring at people, you give them sachet of pure water to be selling. Like you see all those people selling sachet water by the roadside. To them, it could be empowerment. But what is empowerment here? During the same period, Mrs. Abiodun, the wife of our governor, distributed cocoa for 1 acre of land, cocoa seedlings for 1 acre of land, palm tree seedlings for 1 acre of land, and also and also cashew seedlings for 1 acre of land. And it was distributed, and those were distributed as palliative to the poor people. You see, in 3 years' time, those that have 1 acre of land in cocoa will remember Mrs. Abiodun and this government for doing that. So, palliative in some area, this is the palliative done in Ogun State. Our chamber, we were one of the people who selected, even the people we selected are the poor among us. Because we have people having 50 acres, 50 hectares, 100 acres of cashew. They were not beneficiaries. They were people that were poor. But that program is thinking of not just now, but the future.
Okay.
They also distributed cassava as palliative. So, you see, when people are thinking of what I want to eat now, I want to eat now, they can't get much. But when you have a government that is thinking, okay, when you plant cassava, you still wait 6 months, 7 months to harvest. So people who are in business are not people who are looking for quick.
But some people's situations are as bad as that. They just want what to eat now.
They just want what to eat now.
Yeah, because
those of us in business are those of us who, rather than eat now, to eat better in future.
But how do you survive the moment, the current moment, if
we will survive? You will survive. If the people you are talking about go to the garages, you see them eating 4 pieces of meat, while those of us in business take 1 piece of meat.
Now, I was talking about the climate. Yes. I mean, in Nigeria, for instance, electricity is erratic, epileptic. It's been like that for years. Our roads are bad, and all of that. And these are stimulants for businesses. I mean, how challenging is that?
Those things are just challenges. But it's only in Nigeria you can do so much and make your money so quickly. The suit I bought for my wedding in UK in 1980, thereabout, at about £100. It's still costing £100. In Nigeria, if that suit is £100, I'm sure the £100 will be so much naira, because as at that time we were changing a pound for maybe 70 or a bit around a naira. So, you see, the Nigeria climate is harsh, but the investment climate in Nigeria, the opportunities in Nigeria are high.
Vast.
everything that appears to be a challenge could be turned to be an opportunity. Some people made money from making masks now. COVID costs masks, and we had people who had who were giving contracts to produce 1 million masks, and they distributed it among the tailors. And while everybody is studying COVID, those tailors were making masks at home. So every challenge,
and they want COVID to continue,
and they are still enjoying it because people are still buying masks, and people are buying. So I say the challenges are there. The role of government will be to make it easier for us to do business. That is the role of government. Government has no business being in business. They should just make it easier.
Now, some people even say that the key problem, I mean, for MSMEs, is actually management.
That's the essence of that entrepreneurship development institution that they said they must all attend before they can access the loan. They were taught management there. Because, you see, you must see, if you're a businessman, you must see the end from the beginning. When you are seeing the end from the beginning, then you can manage yourself towards achieving your goal.
Okay, we thought we'll get a few calls, but unfortunately the calls are not coming in, and we have less than 5 minutes to, 2, 3, 4 minutes to close this interview. But quickly, Sir Ishola, before we go, how are you going to make sure that members of Abeosima also get to take advantage of this opportunity?
Yeah, we organize training regularly. Then we give these business support services that are needed. You see, you want to get, people just think, okay, you want to get a 10 million loan, and you are processing the loan. You are required to write a visibility study. Somebody said, okay, to write the visibility, a consultant wants to get 25,000. You are not ready to pay 25,000, and you want to get 10 million. I mean, those are the kind of things that we face. And people think the SME fund is just like political fund to go and take without conditions. It's not. It's for business people. So we try and have this, and these are, you see, the normal thing for consultants to say is that they want to take 10% or 5%, but we have organized consultants who will take, much less. And even we have requested, and the central bank have computerized it such that by the time you are able to answer all the questions about your business, just for 5,000, a visibility study will be produced for you online from NISAL website. So, like I said, government is trying to improve, but you see, that doing it online requires your knowing a lot of information which you will fill for that software to give you your business study. But if you don't want to go, instead of somebody getting 5–10% from you, within the chambers, we get the professionals, we ask them, let's help each other, and they bring back the price of producing bankable visibility study for you. And also, while you are doing it, maybe we also try and assist them by giving them a mentor.
Okay, we'd like to thank you so much for coming.
With a mentor, you will not miss the road, because a mentor is somebody that have gone through that before. When you want to say, I want to do this, you say, slow down, do it this way. And you see, in business, we are not really in competition. We are complementing one another. The wholesaler is not in competition with the retailer. We are just working together.
Okay, I think I should just grant this caller just a few seconds. Quickly, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You have just a few seconds. Yeah, good morning. Go ahead, yeah.
I saw your name as OGTV. Are you in Alaba?
Are we where?
Are you in Alaba?
OG.
Your number is on my phone. I saw it as OGTV.
Oh, you must have been one of the ardent watchers of OGTV. We are in Ogun State Television in Abeokuta.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we must thank you so much, Sir Jare Ishola, for coming on this program, Night of John Wesley, President of Abeosima. We have really tapped from your wealth of experience this morning, and we just hope at the end of the day, members of your chambers will actually, be part of this huge amount of money, 220 billion naira.
We are focusing during this year to go to all the local governments and try and get people from every local government, the 6 local governments under Abeosima, for Abeokuta North, South, Owode, Obafemi Owode, Ewekoro, and Odeda. We are going to all the local governments and trying to sensitize them and make them attend the required training and give them the needed advice and support services for them to achieve it.
Thank you so much for coming on this program. Thank you so much. We have to go, Dominic.
Yes, we have to go. Thank you so much also for staying tuned to the People's Daily. That's the size of the program, Newdawn, for today, the 20th day in the month of July 2020. Otonjom come your way tomorrow. I am Dominic Agbeha, my colleague Biodu Alabi. We are saying have a wonderful day.
This is OGTV, the People's Telly.
Research has